Now, I'm going to show a couple things for my home cooks, okay? At this point, you're going to be able to throw this on a grill, or, like I said, trim it this way, okay? And what you have are two excellent pot roasts. This one, you do slow cooker. You also do this one a slow cooker. This one's going to be fattier. So when you pull this out of the slow cooker, take all the juices that collected in the bottom, and you want to strain those off and skim the fat off the top. You don't have to do that with this one. That's the difference. So yeah, I didn't have all the...
Wow, man. You're just about, if you get some of that heavy, little heavy stuff, that's it.
I know, there wasn't a whole lot on here.
It wasn't.
Smaller knives.
Oh, wow.
See, now I like to do mine a little bit different than you did yours. So when I'm trimming this silver skin stuff, right, I like to find a place halfway down. You were coming from the edge down. I like to come halfway down. Keep my knife tilted up a little bit towards the ceiling.
No nick.
No nick. Ha ha.
God, women do everything better than men. God.
Well, now talk to me about the appearance, like on the barbecue circuit. You don't want those nicks.
No.
You get counted off for those?
Well, it's sliced up in slices, so as long as you put a good coat of rub on it so the top is covered with rub,
Yeah.
They won't actually be able to tell. But competition cooks that walk in and look and see a nicked up...
They're going to talk about you.
well, they're going to know you don't know what you're doing. Oh.
So one of the ways to do that, the grain of the meat comes this way. The membrane actually runs up. Can they see this?
Yeah.
All right, so insert the knife under there, and if you tilt that blade up and do just a little, boom, sawing motion, you're going to get more of it with fewer nicks. And let me tell you, if this is the first time you're doing it, if you're doing this the first time and you've got nicks, honey, I'm with you. You should have seen the first few I did. Some of this just is from practice. Actually, all of it is from practice. But by the time, I'd say what, 3? By the time you've done your third one, you'll know. And you know what? The first 2 that you do, if you nick them up, guess what that does to the flavor? Nothing. Don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it won't change nothing.
Nope. And I would much rather see a home cook take the time and effort to learn how to produce their product themselves. I would much rather see that and not worry about, oh, that doesn't look right, that doesn't whatever. Because the more you produce your own food, the higher quality your food is going to be. That's my preaching. Daryl did his preaching, that's my preaching. Get in there and do it yourself. Get your hands in it. It will be worth it.
Yeah, barbecue's an individual thing. Everybody does it their way.
Well,
and it's all good.
Here's the thing. I have a real problem. Like, for example, I produced a video on red beans and rice, and my red beans and rice are off the chart. We had red beans and rice in the Appalachian Mountains, right? But I had some folks from either Georgia or down in Louisiana. It's not authentic, and they just went to pieces over red beans and rice. Well, why is mine not authentic? My recipe was 4 generations old. And at the end of the day, it produced food that tasted great and my family loved, and it was good for them. Okay? So that's my thing. You have my permission, period, to do whatever you want in the kitchen if your food tastes the way you want it to taste. There. All right. So, see? Nice and clean.
Wow, beautiful.
Okay, isn't that nice? And I am going to do this, dear. I'm taking this bit off.
Man, mine took 30 minutes. Yours took 5 minutes.
Well, look, I have a bunch of kids. I got a big family.
You got to do it quick.
I got to get the food out there. All right, so I'm leaving some fat here. I'm trimming just down into the flat a bit. I'm not going crazy. I'm not going to take mine as deep as Daryl did. Just checking for big hunks. Okay? So all I did was run my knife down that way. Boom. Right? I think we're good to go. Now, Daryl, do me a favor. Come over here and take a fork, and let's talk. I'm going to wash my hands. Let's talk about what's in there.
Oh, wow.
So you've had several different kinds of commercial rubs, and then you use several different commercial products to make an injection, right? And I think that your stuff is probably incredible. I think your stuff is going to be delicious. However,
You're gonna deal with basic household.
we're going from what's in the pantry.
This is what people can buy. Just go down the street and buy it.
Well, you may have that stuff already. So it's garlic powder, onion powder, kosher salt, and black pepper. And if you look at the proportions, it's 1 to 1 to 1 to 1. Okay, I call that stuff SOS. Same old seasoning, or Save Our Supper. I've been using it for years, and that is the basis for almost every type of seasoning I do for meats. Okay, the cool thing is, from here, you can add variations to that exact same blend for barbecue or for Cajun or for what have you. It makes it simple for a home cook to produce excellent results and keep flavors clean and authentic without spending $1 million on commercial rubs and seasonings. Okay, so equal parts onion powder, garlic powder, kosher salt, and black pepper. And I do use kosher salt. If you have table salt, use half of what I used. Which camera am I talking to? That one? Use half. Now, normally at my house, I would not bother injecting because it takes specialized equipment, right?